Good afternoon, traders and investors. Welcome to At the Close, and I'm here just struggling to find why are we holding on. It's interesting to kind of see a lot of the leadership down, but the SPY holding on here. It doesn't want to let go right now. We'll see what happens into the bell. Will we close up above, let's say, 412, 50s? We'll put 413. Or will we close below 411? We'll watch in the next 30 minutes. It hit the tape. I got Joel in the back. Hit the thumbs on up. Let's dive in to At the Close.
All right, it is time for pre-market prep at the close.
Three consecutive highs, opened, matched yesterday's low, and then once it took out there, that's all the breakout momentum traders needed.
Joel, can you blink twice if your net worth is 6 digits? Did you see that in the chat? They're loving you, Joel. They're like, yeah, man, I need...
Six?
I saw 6 blinks already.
Wait a second. Six? Six?
He's like, you're talking wrong. 3 digits, 3 blinks to 7 digits. I saw 7 blinks there. I'll just say that.
Well, it depends on the exact number. Depends on how the market's doing, right?
Right? If the market turns around, that could quickly turn around. And at least right now, I can tell you, Joel, it's looking good for you on the bull side. The SPY does not want to let up, even though we went down in a fast hurry there after, of course, the jobs report number. Let's take a look at the intraday action and see what you saw.
All right. Well, oh,
charts.
Oh, I had it up and then I got distracted.
Yeah, my charts came up,
Forgot to take my pill this morning.
Yours were prettier than mine. I've heard about that.
I don't know. Pablo doesn't like my charts.
There's always a battle. Joel.
It's just whatever floats. Okay, yep. So this was a day that the Bears had a really good shot to really inflict some pain on the market. And all they had to do was take out the low from yesterday, right? Or from so far for the week. And that was on Tuesday at 40.80.50. But you know what? By the dippers, they said no. And they came in 3 ticks off that opening print of 41.08, 40.107 and a quarter. And where do you think the intraday high ended up? After coming all the way back for the spoos, not the Globex high, what do you think the intraday high is?
Well,
not the level.
I kind of cheated.
Not the level. You get the level, but what is that level, Mitch? What is it near? Not exact, but what is it near?
Is it near the weekly high? Well, no, not the weekly high.
No.
Is it yesterday's high? Let's see. What do we get? What does he get? I see the chat. I see the chat starting to jump in. What do we got here? We're getting our learning lesson of the day here.
Well, we're gonna stay overtime, okay? And if I have to stay here until the 6 p.m. open, then that's the way it's gonna be. I don't have my YouTube chat up. Did anybody get it there yet?
I see Friday's highs being mentioned.
No.
50% retracement.
No.
I love this.
Who are these people?
I'm enjoying it. You see, chat, we're getting put to the test today. Let's go. What do you guys got? Why do you guys think Joel is pointing out that lesson?
First of all, does everyone understand what the question was? Or is like everyone just already having their
I think everybody's on already thinking about which whiskey they're ordering.
When something opens lower and it gaps lower, what is the first? Now, this is not the answer. What's the first thing that you look for if it's rebounding?
Can it fill the gap?
Right. There we go. Kevin Christopher. At least one person.
Boom. Kevin is getting a raise.
Yeah, you get to listen to Benzinga Pro or Benzinga PreMarket Prep for free all
Look at
next
that
week.
stash. Look at that stash. We need to get Kevin on here with that stash.
He might be a bot. That kind of looks like a bot stash.
That is pretty, I would say.
53
and definitely
and a quarter.
Yesterday's close.
Yes, yesterday's close. 53 and a quarter. Yesterday's close was 52 and a quarter. And I missed it. I did not have my order out there. I missed it. I mean, and it was quick. 41.50 was close, but I mean, it went up there, and you just had one shot at it. So we came up, didn't quite. We got green for like a nanosecond, then we sold off, and the rest has just been chop and slop. So if I had to write my end of the day note right now for the Pre-Market Prep Plus subscribers, I would say hanging on. We're hanging by a thread. I'm not, I'm trying to keep that bull cap on, but with you bears like you and Dennis just mentioning rug pull every 5 minutes, yeah, I'm headed for the hills. So I'm trying to keep that cap on, and it's getting a little bit loose. So
I agree.
Now,
I have a stat to support you.
Okay,
go ahead. So a stat to support, 87% of S&P 500 stocks have reported results, earnings, right? 75% have reported positive EPS surprises, according to FactSet.
Okay.
Hurting the bears there, at least.
Nothing but the facts from FactSet. Okay. Now, one other lesson before we move on to the other commodities. Okay. What do you know? There's 4 charts up here. All right. And what I'm looking at here is not the 2 left charts, but on the 2 right charts.
Okay.
What do you see? What's sticking out on one of those 2 charts? Forget about my trend lines there. What's sticking? Forget about the 50% retracement. What is sticking out to you?
Probably that.
And I'll go to the bottom right chart. I'll make it easy for you. What's this like sticking out like a sore thumb?
Around that 415 area sticks out.
Not a number. Not a number. It's not a number.
Well,
there you could call a triple top on the dailies. I'll give you that. 66 in a Q, 70 and 73 and a quarter. So if you are shorting the market, right, then you have an out. I mean, that's your out. If they take it to 73 and a quarter next week, boom, maybe we'll see 4,200. But what do you notice on the candles on the chart that I blew up here? What do you notice?
I'm not sure here. We can see double top, retrace.
No.
Head and shoulders? I don't see head and shoulders. I definitely don't see that.
Like if you just pull this up, you didn't know it was the S&P, and you looked at all these candles.
Keep it simple.
Yeah, and you just look at Jonathan Lovelace must be hanging out with Christopher because he got it. Look at that little candle. That is just an indecision. That's like an indecision candle. If I've ever seen one. Look at all those big candles we had. Everyone coming in this week. Oh, man, we're going to 4,200. No, we're going to 4,000. You know what we do? Absolutely nothing. We've had less than 100-point range this week. Where can you go back? Maybe, is it what this candle? I bet you that was more than 100-point range for the week. Yes, it was 130. This was a weak candle. That might have been Thanksgiving week. That was a weak candle. That was really a weak range. That was 50. So we were having the smallest monthly range since November. So it's decision time. So, if you're worried about the market like Dennis, then you're peeling out. You're saying this is the top. If you're trying to keep your bull cap on, you're saying, hey, let's let this week's low hold and let's get about it. So that's a lot of time spent on the S&P, but I thought that there's a lot going on, and I just wanted to share that with you. So,
let's be honest, as the S&P goes, probably so will the other stocks go. At least that's the way it's been lately in the market, because the correlation's closely related towards that one. And we've seen a really big kind of rally in the last 2 weeks. And a lot of these stocks, when you take a look at their charts now, they're up 30, 40, even, some up 50% from their lows. It's interesting to see that, but one to mention that is very similar to this is Lyft. Let's take a look at Lyft.
Yeah. How were we all not long Lyft after the
after the Uber?
Well, what is wrong with us?
50% from the bottom there.
Yeah, big move. $20. Build a little bit of a, get above 20, build support. And then I would think, okay, so we're dummies for missing this. So what we'll do is we'll go to Uber and say, Uber had a continuation move.
Yeah.
Right? I'm not.
There hasn't been too many of these.
Nope. Just let me run down real quick. Double bottom, kind of holding in crude for now, even though you made it. It's not the double bottom anymore. You took out that low by 54 cents, down a quarter at 88.29. Gold in the red by 15.70 at 17.91.20. Silver back under 20, right? Down 27 cents at 19.85. Bitcoin giving back some of the gains, still up $445 at 22,900. And Ethereum futures, they're up $89.50 at 16.80.50. And then Mitch, we'll just talk broad here. You and I had the same sentiment. What the heck is holding this market up today? The cash index down 0.38%. I have two components in the green by just a tad. But I'm looking at my big boys. I'm looking at Apple, Microsoft, Google, Amazon, Tesla. Boom. It's getting killed. What is oil? What could be holding us up just besides oil?
At least besides oil, the only other area that I'm seeing is the banks. JPM up 3.3%. Okay. Maybe that's giving us a little bit of some lift.
I took my eye off that because of the interest rate thing, but it just they just haven't been moving off the higher interest rates because everyone's worried about a recession.
Yeah,
and so now we don't. I don't know. The way the market's reaction to that number. Wow, look at the consolidation station here in Bank of America. You traded 33 to 34 for a. Oh my gosh, since the middle of July 19th?
Yeah, I just saw also the chart right before that, the JPM weekly. Look at that also. Consolidation station.
Is that going to be the next rotation? Is that going to
It's something to watch. It's something to watch for sure.
Yeah, pull it out of tech. Tech has had the big run. They had the big earnings. Let's go. Oh, look at the JP Morgan
kick those recession
weekly
talks out of here and start thinking about interest rates going up, but with a soft landing.
There you go. We'll just go to the weeklies here. I'm sure the monthlies will look similar. Look at that one. Put a line. I'm not even going to go a line here. I'll probably go back to monthlies here. But look at this. 3 monthly highs. JP Morgan 116.50. This is big. This is big, and reaching up on that area. So who knows if where the next rotation is going to be. So the banks are okay. So we got the banks. Exxon Mobil. I saw the oil's up. I mean, that put in the double bottom. Took out the previous day's low by 15 cents. Nice rally. So there you go. I know Dennis was talking about some accidental petroleum. Undercut the low. That was a nice move there. I don't know if he picked that up. I mean, in what I said this morning, I mean, if you think Warren's buying this at 7, to take it out at 75 or 80, why the heck wouldn't you to be buying? It'd be interesting if he comes on Monday. It's like, yeah, I was buying the dip.
I think so too, because that's the same level that we've pointed out multiple times here, that into the 57 range, that's where he's been taking his shots. And so today it's kind of interesting that you dip slightly below 57 and then you see it rip and roaring right back. So I know that someone made that comment to me early in the day, and I just watched it go through that 57. And I was like, I was just thinking in my head, yep, this might be the time that we hear Warren gets above that 19 point something percent. Now he's going to have into that 20, and he's probably not going to have to tell us anymore after that. So it's going to be interesting to watch.
I have to confess. I've been sending Warren he's been asking for levels on Occidental Petroleum.
You're the tech.
And I've been sending him, he's a nice guy, and he looks at him in his bathtub when he's drinking a Diet Coke. I don't know if a lot of people will get that joke. Do you know what that joke's from?
Honestly, I didn't get it, but I thought it was just funny enough.
Well, that's when he decided to buy 10 zillion shares of Bank America during the financial crisis. He actually came out and said,
looks like we're going to have to set into the bathtub on Sunday and see what we're going to go into on Monday. I might have to do that myself. Maybe it works.
Swimming pool for me. It's like 90 degrees here, but I've been rapping a lot. I know you got some things that you want to cover, so I'll let you go. Let's
dive on into it. And I saw it mentioned in the chat here a little bit earlier was why weren't we all just long Carvana? Off of that earnings report, it seemed like that seemed to be the move. Well, it definitely got the rise today after, of course, mentioned in the earnings call where they were going to cut costs extremely to try to help out the situation that they see as a downturning uncertainty in the markets. And I guess the cutting of the cost gave it the lift.
Yeah, and it's just also a sleepy stock, and, it got down to 20 and the shorts are, waiting for the hammer to fall, and then, it didn't get it. And so they took out the high so far, the rebound, thin stock. Oh, 44 million. Shame on me calling it a thin stock. Don't look now, but we're trying to go green here, folks. There is some upward buying momentum pressure on the market here. Down 7 handles with 13 minutes to go. Can the Bulls get it green on the session? I don't know. That would be really impressive.
This seems to me more and more like the institutionals or some big boys got their big boy pants on today in the pre-market. They saw that big drop and they said, thank you. I will take this dip all day. I've been waiting for one. And that's just the way I see it, because it just seems like this market doesn't want to go down. And when the market doesn't want to go down, even on you saw it there in the early pre-market, at least we were thinking negative catalyst. Will we keep getting dragged down? No, fighting back. And if it closes up here above 414, making its way to 415, it's going to be looking interesting for Monday.
And also look at the fact, let's say you took a big shot on the futures, or, you took some big shorts on stuff going into the jobs data. I mean, you just got the whole week. We did have, some action where we traded under 4,100, but not a lot, so you get that kind of swoon in that kind of a time period. I don't know what kind, what time frame you'd be trading on, or what VWAP or whatever you're using. But if you took a big shot on the futures and then you didn't get the follow through, that was the thing. When you had those big down openings, they're either just going to take out the pre-market low and just pound the thing into oblivion, or you catch the rebound. So that's what you got today. But what else do you got? Rug pull next week, maybe spill by your LP, but man, we're farther and farther away from Friday's low. But since we can't figure out why the market is not down more, we'll bring in our resident rug pull expert and get his take headed into the close. Could you bring him on?
Oh, I can, definitely, and we'll bring him on with this question. Rug pull next week?
I don't know.
Do we get it? Let's put him on the spot.
I don't know, because this market is so resilient. Rotation. So the mega caps get whacked today. And what do? They rotate right into the value trade. banks having a day. I'm telling you, the banks are very strong. It all turned on oil this morning. Oil started going up. The oil stocks, especially, not so much oil, but the oil stocks ripping. XLE opening near the lows, going to close near the highs. So that is why your mega tech was selling off, because there's that inverse correlation there that we've been talking about that's been there for about 3-4 weeks here now, continues to be there. But the value trade is on. The oil probably sparked that. You've also got the meme stock trade on, which is, kind of surprising. But
we
AMC,
got through the big level.
Yeah.
There was a huge level to watch. I was looking for the 20 for a long time, and it didn't stop today.
We opened right at the lows on AMC, and they started buying it right from the get-go. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, $22, and it has kickstarted Bed Bath and Beyond. The dogs are barking here today. Triple BY up $2, and that's talking about a 32% move intraday. There's not even news on this thing; it's just going. But it's all those beat up names, especially some of the Reddit stocks. Carvana also up significantly here today. Obviously, they had earnings. They started buying it from the get-go. The stock's up 40% now today.
I just want to know.
We can look at the SPY flat on the day, but this is not a bearish day. There's just so many things here that are really turning it around. So I don't know if we're going to get that rug pull, to go back to your original question.
Well, this is what I think.
Who let the dogs out?
They're barking, man.
Let the dogs out.
They are barking.
What about the bank trade here, Dennis? I mean,
well, the sleepy bank trade is starting to come a little bit. We've been consolidating here for the banks. They had a big move off the lows in mid-July, and then we've kind of been in consolidation station while they're starting to break out here today. So it's tough. Like, if you're a bear, you're thinking, okay, we got Tesla down 7%. This has got to kickstart a sell-off.
Yep.
But it's not happening. The rotation is keeping us going. I did put a little bit, you just got to look here, and really the S&P is basically the same place that I started getting bullish, but I'm like, maybe I'm wrong. I'm like, I don't know what to do. So I took my iRobot money and I put it in some risk assets. I bought Fisker, FSR, which I bought that on the Morgan Stanley downgrade today. It was trading down, got down to 933. I bought 947 this morning. Just when you could see that it was in, and I don't know if this is going to be the turnaround for this thing, but I figure I still wanted to get a little bit of exposure just in case. It's a stock that I've wanted back in the portfolio for a long time. I sold it back up at 2021, and I'm like, you know what? They're going to start making the cars later this year. I think there's going to be another capital raise, which is kind of keeping me away from it. So they could have some dilution coming at some point in time. But I mean, I just don't want to miss it. I feel like Fisker was the one that I've kind of talked about for the last couple of years, and I wanted it. Morgan Stanley gave me that opportunity today, so I put it in the long-term portfolio again. This is about our third crack at Fisker. We've been doing pretty well with this one.
And you got to love that. Well, I bought it on a downgrade. That's why you listen. That's why you listen to PreMarket Prep, because what you get in your news lines is not the truth. You got to use these opportunities. Sometimes you can fade the analysts. Oh, you want to talk about dogs barking? Okay, yeah. All the dogs are eating Beyond Meat.
This is the Reddit trade, Joel. It's the old Reddit meme stock trade is really hot. You know what? I just wonder if iRobot didn't have a little bit to do with it as well. Because iRobot, the old Reddit stock, we even mentioned that this morning. Remember they jacked that thing from $50 to 200? I mean, I wonder if that kickstarted them to a certain extent. Then they got AMC going, and then they got everything going. I mean, go through the list.
It was that
the short squeeze stocks. The short squeeze stocks, I mean, there's so many of them to look at. Obviously, Carvana. Vroom is the one that's been just killed and murdered. It's up 28% today. VRM, it's $1 stock to $2.30. And also Nicola going too. Yeah, Nicola's going too. This tends to be at the end of the cycle. We're talking about
I know. That's the one thing that's like holding me back on this rally here, is that this is but it took so long for it to matriculate in 21, right? they kept on doing this, and we just kept on going, and we kept on going. So it's hard. I mean, the AMC we talked about this morning. I told the apes what they needed to do, and they finally listened. I told them they had to get a 17 bid in there, and they did, and they got it, and they got it then some. Before I let you go, I know you got coming up. Did you buy any accidental?
No, but I'm looking at it and thinking I might buy some of it here. I wouldn't be surprised if Warren goes fishing here again too. He likes it down this area. I think, nibbling on some oil stocks on pullbacks here is probably prudent. It would have been obviously awesome to buy them at the open because they've all had pretty good rallies. But it's something that I'm looking at. I'm not long it yet, but I might buy some.
Yeah, I looked at that. They had that undercut the low, and then it caught it, even though, I mean, it's so hard because they don't trade perfectly. I mean, crude fell out of bed. It didn't necessarily, so it's kind of hard. The other thing, and I'll let you go. I was a little worried when Square was at 93 that you didn't rebuy it on the open, but they came right in off.
Back.
Yeah, they came in right off the open on that one, Dennis. There was no doubt they got nowhere near that pre-market low, and it was off to the races.
It's a very interesting day. You can look and say, oh, the S&P down 8 points. It was a blah, blah dog days of August. This was not a dog days of August. There's some serious moves here. So I would start looking, and maybe potential to look at the meme stocks, the Reddit stocks from last year that haven't gone yet. Because, obviously they're picking on Bed Bath & Beyond. They're picking on a few. I wouldn't be surprised if some of those other names catch a bid. So go through, those short squeeze lists. Yep. Look at those. I wouldn't be surprised if they get a couple days. Now, I'm not saying I'm jumping in investing in these things, but there could be a trade there. Some of them have already moved, though. But maybe there's some laggards that haven't moved yet. I'll probably look over the weekend.
What about the Peloton?
Did it go?
Hey, Peloton!
Yeah, Peloton going too. Look at even Peloton. The dogs are barking. All right, I gotta go. Have a good weekend.
Are over.
All right, man. Thanks.
Wow.
There's a song.
Wow. Yippee-yi, right? All right, that was fun. 3 minutes to go. Let's go rapid ticker time. I'm gonna go real quick on something, Mitch, and then you go real quick. So we're not gonna mess around. We're just gonna go quick.
All right, you guys drop some tickers in the chat also, and Joel, get us started. I mean,
no, you pick them. You're good at picking.
All right, let's go.
I want to go first.
All right, let's do this. I think it's important definitely to watch what's going on right now. Did you see Expedia today? Because I think it's interesting. The only stock you'll probably find on what? Down on good news.
Sleepy. They bought the other travel stocks. I'd say take out 107.56, close above it. I think you got to move to the upside.
All right, everyone's been asking for the Saga Outlook.
SIGA.
I call it the Saga because it's gonna keep going. It never stops.
I ain't shorting it.
Ain't shorting that, man.
Yeah,
I wouldn't short that at all.
and keep your eye on the close. Your close is your number moving forward for Monday and next week.
Apple.
You know what? I was looking at this thing.
iPhone's going to be released soon.
166 must clear one. I gave you that number this morning. 166.13 high close of the move. You got to get above that, close above 166 for a new high of the move.
All right, let's go to Mickey D's.
And if you got a number two, Mitch, throw it out there.
Mickey D's.
Mickey D's, I'm not liking it. This is what they might be rotating out of after the big rally. If I was long it, I wouldn't want to see it breach 255. It looks like you got a little retracement going. That comes in. I'm just going to go 255. Big level to hold moving forward.
NVIDIA. Yes, the chip life. What's up?
NVIDIA, boop, boop, boop. You got a number, one number only, 192.74. That's a double top. Got to clear that. Make a run at 200.
All right, next one up, the CrowdStrike. This one's standing out to me. It's just hanging up there.
Hanging up. Patient seller there. I'd say you got it. I'll go the weekly high on that. Weekly high 97.14. I'll even bring it down a little bit. High close for the week 95.32. That's your must clear level.
Go to Mara, Bitcoin stock that's been hanging out there on the daily.
Mara. Mara. Oh,
Marsha.
the Brady Bunch. Don't have a great feel for this one, but if you get it above 15, there may attract the Reddit boys there. That's the high for the week. So that's it, 1503.
If we're getting ripping rallies, AMC is moving. GME, GameStop?
I will look at GameStop just because I will. $40, $40. So wouldn't be short it, clears 40. Now that chart, I'm so bummed they did the split because now I can't look at that old time closing high price where I exited a very small position. But what else? One more.
All right, let's go to Tesla and what's moving forward from here because we never really took a look. We said it was down, but what are the levels from here?
Oh, look out. I don't know why I didn't see the news on it today. I think I gave you a 900 is a 903.45. So if you didn't exit your long from there, then I don't know what to tell you. Boy, oh boy. I'd say it gets a lot of mo to the downside if it takes out 837. I mean, it's just I don't even know. I'm gonna pass on this one. You give a level. This is a tough chart.
I'll give the 50% retracement level of the recent big push to 810. 810.82.
Mr. Bear. Okay, that's good.
Yeah, about halfway back. It's not a bad thing. I think if you don't break 800 on it, you're still into that other range of support that you had from that other pattern that when it was kind of like coming down here. The bad area to me is below 780s. That's when you're back into that other bearish pattern that was
sold the news, right? The stock split, sell the news.
Yeah,
right?
Sell the news for sure.
Yeah, tough stock to trade. But all right, did I miss the close? Did we already close?
We already closed.
My God,
we just had too much fun.
It didn't pop. My trade station usually pops up and says, "Hey, dummy."
What did we get?
I didn't see the last print. I think we closed right around here. Still down on the day. The other thing I just want to point out to our traders and investors that you had a double close area. They weren't super close to each other, but 52.25. Boom. That was your close yesterday. You had the high close of the rebound right there at 56.75. So, nice rally. We didn't clear it. We didn't get green. So I'll be keeping an eye on that on the overnight session or Sunday night.
We'll see what happens. We're signing out. I hope you guys enjoy your weekends. Like always, do your research and we'll see what happens next week. Like everybody says, nobody knows. One thing that we do know is we'll be here on Monday with you guys battling through the markets like we do every week. So catch us on PreMarket Prep. Catch us like always out throughout the weekend. We love to put on some webinars for you guys to continue building on your skills. I'll make sure that we have some good content on tomorrow. And like always, give me a thumbs on up if you guys appreciated the week. Have a great weekend. Enjoy your night. And like always, there's never one way to trade. We got to keep on battling. And let's see what happens in this market. There's going to be a lot of movement, I feel. We'll see what happens. Get on out of here, guys. Have a good weekend.